I invite my colleague of this panel, João Galante, from casaBranca. It's a company, a creative company, a art creative company. Vasco Célio, it's a photographer, artistic and professional, and João from Museu Zer0, João Vargues from Museu Zer0 in Tavira.
Thank you.
So we're gonna start. I present the invited. João Vargues is the president of Museu Zer0 in Santa Catarina da Fonte do Bispo. It's a art digital museum opened a few weeks ago. Vasco Célio, it's a photographer, artistic photographer and professional photographer too. And João Galante, it's a co-director, artistic director from the company called casaBranca. And the first question I do, it's to each of you talk about a little bit of your organization.
Okay.
Starting with João Vargues.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation, because I think it's very nice, important to have culture here in so many tech persons, because we see Museu Zer0 as one of the places in Portugal where tech meets arts for cultural purposes. We are a media center. We call in Portugal Centro de Arte Digital, because we have different offers there of values, of pillars of work, coming from exhibitions to the mediation nearby all the schools in the region for more than 7 years. And we are producing events and promoting new, I can say entrepreneurs, creative guys that are willing to create art using technology, transforming data, sounds, music, image to cultural purposes. Not exactly for animation, that's important as well, entertainment is very important, but to create art that can bring people to think about some themes, some constraints, some solutions to be more positive in our society. We are based in the municipality of Tavira, in a small rural village. So please visit us on our website, museu0.pt, and follow us on networks.
Thank you, Vasco.
Hello, thank you for the invitation. Good afternoon to all. So I'm a photographer. As Gil says, I have a company based in Lolé where we do some commercial work that basically we work since do long-term projects with museums, with institutions, with of course the tourism industry. And besides that I think it's more the thematic that I was invited to come over. I'm also an artist. I work in different projects. I've been not just as an artist also, but as a kind of a curator and developing other projects. And also I belong to a recently done art association in Lolé called Alfaya. So yeah, basically I'm working as a photographer since almost 30 years. Besides that, I'm not so old as that, but of course that I started very young, as our generation normally started when we were working. And thank you, João. So yeah, I think we'll develop the thematic a little bit further. I think that was the question, to speak a little bit about us. Yeah, so kind of that's doing lots of things in photography. It's a sort of a way to be in the Algarve. We don't have an industry besides the tourism industry that we can be focused if we want to develop any kind of activity, economic or artistic activity. But the fact that I'm working as a commercial photographer, I started as a press photographer, but now my life is in the middle between commercial photography that sponsor economically my artistic work. So in the Algarve, I think we still a little bit with a big lack of opportunities in both ways, and yeah, we have to kind of work the double time to be able to do things that we want. So.
Hello, good afternoon. So I'm artistic director of casaBranca together with Ana Borralho, but we are also artists in casaBranca that is based in Lagos, and we work together since, I don't know, 2001, and we are partners in life and in crime, and our project since the beginning was always to think what it is, why we want to do something with the audience, to the audience. And we start to think, oh, we don't want to do something with the audience, to the audience, we want to do it with the audience. And since then, our projects, since 2001, and now that we live inside our screens, our projects are mainly about our life in society inside of the screens and technology, and to see how we connect to each other, how we work together with each other. So we work a lot in conceptual art projects, which means that we decide before if the project will be what will be, and what I'm about to say is that sorry.
The end of the
yes.
project. It's
the end of the project. In the beginning of the project, we decide what we want to talk about. If we want to talk about loneliness, for instance, and we think, okay, loneliness, mobile phones, sex in the mobile phones. And then we go further and further, and then the project, it's not us who decide the final aesthetic of the projects, but it's the idea that we want to talk that decides if we will do a VR project or if we do a project of dance performance with mobile phones or whatever. Well,
Okay.
I'm a chaos.
I want to ask you a question. The humanity always used the technology for help us, and in art, he also used technology, and some expressions of art are created by technology, like photography or others. The question is, right now we are in time that technology can substitute the human. The question is, what is the role of the creator?
what you started. I think there's always now every day someone asks me, almost every day, what about IE and what's going to be the challenges from my life and my profession. I'm an optimistic, so I always see the world as an optimistic glasses. I believe I'm reading a book, very interesting book about this subject called it's in Spanish, from Joan Foncoberta, and he's speaking about the subtitle is from the silver grains till the pixel. So he talks exactly about how the world is changing, not just technically, or what you do on the support that you're going to do and show what you do as an artist, but mainly how the world changes when you put a new technology in the game. And the chapter I just read 2 days ago is about the drones. So the first drones were pigeons. And he makes a joke with it that the white snow was discovered by the prince, discovered because he was enthusiastic of photography and pigeons. So he puts a camera on the pigeon, was the first one doing it. And because of that, he discovered the hidden white snow. So it's very funny because then it comes to an end on this chapter and say, so why we don't know how the drones are changing our lives. In fact, we know in the war that's nowadays we are talking, but basically it's image. And I bring the subject because we're talking about how you can capture something through a camera, through lenses, through a mechanism that makes you see something that you cannot see if you don't have that. Yeah. So I strongly believe, and we have a nice chat, me and João now at lunchtime, about the presentation. So I really love Jeff Wall talking about how he gets, how it changed his life as an artist. Jeff Wall is a very well-known photographer, one of the most important probably in the last 50 years in the art world. When he visits the Prado Museum in Madrid, but not just the museum, the fact, and not what's just the artworks, but how the artworks are presented. And the construction of these huge paintings in the walls, how they were constructed, and how they were, not just, I'm going to, as João was saying, I have this idea, and I know very well the work of João and Ana, so I know that they build up something through an idea, and it's very, very interesting. I'm following them. We have good friends for many years. So the idea is there, but is again, this commonplace phrase that it's not just the end, it's the journey to achieve the end. And I think, and I strongly believe that I don't see yet, you guys, I think mostly you guys here looking at and listening to me know better than me, how a digital image seen on the screen can change so much our life in the art world. Okay, I know we just before heard about all these technologies in the health system, and I believe we're going to change a lot the way for fastness and better, no doubts. In the art world, I cannot see how it can be better with only these new resource, because this new resource, it's just another resource. Because this resource, as you said at the beginning, is always, the technology was always with us in the history of life, in the art history, and the artists bring these new technologies on this thing. I believe people still thinking that the screen is the end. I don't think the screen is the end. Or VR glasses, or I see lots of new approaches. Museu Zer0, it's a good example. I've been there on the opening, and we can see already a glimpse of what is going to be probably in the future. But how we can change so dramatically our lives as the art world been changing till now, I don't know yet. I really don't know.
For me, the role of the not the creator but the artist, it's to be able to do mistakes, which means the technology make us do the things, the perfect things, the perfect work of art or whatever. But why we love so much to see a concert or a live performance, it's because of I think, for me at least, it's because we can be able to see someone to have a mistake, to fall down on the stage. And this thing of the live, I think it's true to the artist.
And you think the IA can program to fail? Can be programmed to fail?
I'm always testing AI. with drawings and making images and then testing it to give wrong ideas, to give not very good ideas to AI. Yes, can be programmed, but it's not seeing like Nick Cave falling from the stage. It's much more interesting seeing Nick Cave falling from the stage or another mistake from AI. I don't know.
Okay. João.
I think I know where I am here now. I'm surrounded a lot of tech guys knowing much more that we know now, and some already researching for new knowledge. And we think, and I'm coming here with a proposal that is basically invite you or challenge you to think how you can influence art and can influence culture through technologies. In our Museu Zer0, we have an area to support young artists, young creatives, to produce new artworks based on technology. And the day by day, what we know, and we have already supported more than 30 in this matter, and they are always looking for new technologies, new solutions, new softwares, everything new. Because to be an artist and to be creative is exactly also creating something new. And in our area of work, it's very important that we bring culture through art creation. And that is very, very, very important because, as they say as well, we can change as humans also basically based on culture, knowledge, not only techniques and scientific. So we think that's very, very, very important to have knowledge enough to challenge humans to create new art expressions that values for cultural transformations of the world. We are not looking just tech by tech or culture by culture or art creation for art creation. So I insist, I invite anyone that thinks that can have some technology that will be interesting to create new image, new sounds, new installations, new combinations of image, data, sounds. Please get in contact with us because from our artists, persons that are with us, they will always looking for what's new that I can create so that I create something new. And they just don't create because of the technology, they use technology to bring new thoughts, new challenge, new changing in our mentalities, and that's very, very, very important.
New form.
New form, yeah.
Okay, we are just already finished or just finished. I want to know if the audience have any question for the invited. If you don't have questions, I thanks to the panel and invite you, the audience, to come to our equipment, the Museu Zer0 and Teatro das Figuras, and to see the art produced by Vasco Célio and João Galante. And if you want to tell something in the end, we have 1 minute.
I think we should think about the idea. The idea is in science. I think all the technology, all the develops, we know the target, we know where we are. I think it's very interesting how art and science works together on the very abstract field, because you know, as a doctor, as a lawyer, that the technology will help you to achieve an end. In art, no. João is saying, I work a little bit more in an analytic way with AI, with new technologies, but sometimes we have the idea and just we'll find out the tools to develop the idea. And I think that's where we are going to. And IE is just another tool. I believe. I want to believe as an optimistic.
Yes, me too.
Thank you. The time is over.
Thank you.
Thank you.